Yeah, there was something special around Redfern in the week of the grand final. And as a player, you know, you could feel it. They were almost like a wave, like pushing you along. Playing at South and the history within our club, it being so long, you know, since we've been to grand final, I think sort of multiplied the feeling around the place. We'd reached something that we'd been chasing all year. You know, we're finally there.
I became a fan when I was 8 years old. One of the things that defines me as a person is that I'm a South Sydney fan. It's not just about the football game. You feel part of this big community. That's what makes it so special.
You know, there's signs and placards up everywhere in the training base here about what's happened at this club. It's got some great history, some great players.
First year that I went to Sydney was January 1963, and we won one game and a draw for the full year, and it was pretty devastating. We couldn't wait for the following year to come round again to get at them again.
You know, you see that bunny, it says it all. Sattler, McCarthy, Coote. It is great honour to be even connected with players from that era.
Thousands of South Sydney Rugby League fans have taken to the streets to try and save their club from extinction.
When Souths were out of the competition, there was this feeling of emptiness, of a gap that was in your life.
As far as I was concerned, it was a disaster because without South Sydney, there isn't a competition.
We're talking 70,000 people marched, and it wasn't just South supporters, it was people from Balmain, people from Parramatta.
We all found out in those 2 years what it really was like to be a Souths fan, and it was that you didn't just go to the football anymore, you fought for your club.
The courtroom battles are over and now it's official. South Sydney will be back in big-time rugby league next season.
George just put everything on the line. He put his business on the line, he put his home on the line, a lot of it. Without George, South Sydney would only be a memory.
There's not many things probably in the world that can give you the same feeling or the same pump of adrenaline around your body, knowing you're just about to go into the grand final that you've worked all year for. Literally, you've worked all year for this one day, for this one game.
I remember thinking, how good, this is the biggest stage, and this is our version of the Super Bowl, and I'm playing in it.
I could imagine the nerves that would have been in them, in their bodies. I could feel the feeling that was going through them.
It was a sense of, we do belong here.
And almost like a kind of an arrogance, but not. We believed in what we had as a group, but you had to get it together because we'd failed before.
The semi, he was really, really emotional. I remember going up to him and him sort of saying, you know, this is it.
Here's the kickoff, one of the most awaited grand finals of all time. Burgess, and taken by Graham. And Burgess has come away pointing at his cheekbone, I think. Something's happened with Sam Burgess.
I knew straight away that I'd damaged my face quite badly because it went numb straight away. Yeah, our trainer was on the field at the time and I went over and I said, oh, I've broke my face, I can feel I've broke my face. Where my eye socket broke inwards, landed on a nerve pad in my face. And when I was opening my jaw was hitting my eye socket at the top there. I kept coming on and saying to me, John Sattler did it. You know, you can do it, we know you can do it. All these ex-players that talk about John Sattler, you know, what a great guy, what a champion, what a tough guy he was. You know, the respect around the place was phenomenal. I understood what they were doing and it certainly worked, you know. They were trying to inspire me to get through the pain and get through the adversity of the injury. You know, obviously people had done it before in the past, so it's doable.
Sam Burgess, he's one of our best players, if not our best. And I guess they knew that, a lot of teams knew that going into the year. If you cut the head off the snake, things might unravel.
How do you play with a broken cheekbone? You've got to show immense courage to do that. And it just goes to show you, Sam would not leave the ground. I knew he wouldn't leave the ground.
You work so hard to get there and for it to be taken away for something like that, there's not an option going off.
Your teammates, it just gives them such a boost to know that he's going to take the ball up and he's going to make a tackle. So don't you dare miss one yourself. You'd be saying to yourself, you know, just get up there and get in front of him, get him out of the road.
I knew my teammates were there to help me. Personally, I was quite worried that I wasn't going to finish the game, I wasn't going to make it through the game. So speaking to the guys like kind of comforted me as well, and I wanted a bit of comfort for them to say, yeah, all right man, I'll protect you. Just trying to keep me out of the firing line at times. So it's more than just a teammate, and I think you need that. You need individual brilliance at times, but I think teamwork is the most powerful thing in sport.
Well, that night, he'll go down in South folklore. I think same as Sattler. Played with some tough blokes, but Sam Burgess is up there.
GI's going to score, and the goanna crawls. Well, what an unbelievable moment in rugby league.
The emotional scenes here, enough to make us all cry.
Sam Burgess will go down, I fancy, as one of the great rugby league stories of all time. So South Sydney victorious after 43 years.
Well done, South Sydney.
In that moment in time, there is actually no one around you. When I was there, like crying, like I felt like I was the only person in the whole place. It's hard to explain the feeling of achieving something that you worked so hard for. It's pretty cool, it's a special time.
After, when everyone left, the stadium was long been empty, and we'd shared a beer on the ground out in the middle, and yeah, just sort of sang the team song, and it was just us. We all had a beer each and toasted the year and how it culminated. It was a special time.
You know, for them to win the grand final and to win it under the conditions that they won it, you know, it was hard and it was tough. It'll be a feeling that they'll never forget.
You know why? You weep because if it meant nothing, no one would care. And we just cared so much about the importance of us coming back to the current generation, winning a competition in our lifetime. You know, we got young kids coming through that have never seen South win a grand final. Now they have.
It gave people hope, you know, it's probably bigger than the game itself, you know. Just the way it made people feel around Redfern. That's when you feel like you've done your job as a player.
One day I'm going to take my grandchildren to the footy, watch South. I'll tell them about Sam Burgess and broken cheekbone in the first minute of the game and John Sattler's broken jaw, because I'm a South fan.
You wake up in the morning, South's are premiers. I'm a premier, and I'm a South Sydney premier for 2014.
I think it's important to remember the history, don't get me wrong, of the club. But then I think it's also important to obviously try and make your own. I remember speaking to John Sattler on the field after the game, and you know, he was so happy for the players. I guess we gave them something as well, as much as they've given us over the years, you know, of inspiration. So we gave them something back as well. They were there to see a South team, you know, pick the Premiership trophy up again. So yeah, I'm really happy I was there to be a part of it.
Yeah, well done, South Sydney.